module, we're going to look at our life purpose. Since you've cleared up what your core values are, we're going to really essentially focus on the question, what do I want to do with my life from now on? Given the fact that we don't live forever, we need to give value to our time, because time is something you can never get back. Now, I've worked with thousands of top managers over the past 20 years in training and coaching sessions, and I've noticed a certain pattern emerging. The mere act of chasing conventional definitions of happiness, success, chasing more money, and outward definitions of happiness really doesn't lead to fulfillment. And very oftentimes these people need to be shaken up through some event like an accident or a health issue or some sort of divorce. These kind of life-moving events are often catalysts for looking deeper. And you know what I say? I say, why wait for a tragedy to introspect, to look at our life and see where we're headed? Why not do it now out of free will? And that's exactly what we're going to do here in this module. So I would like to define what is life purpose, because there are many definitions of that. And I have to say, after all the management gurus that I've read, my favorite one is still that which was said over 2,500 years ago by the Greek philosopher Plato. Let's have a look what he wrote. There is a place you are to fill, and no one else can fill it. Something you are to do, which no one else can do. So let's just absorb that definition. He says that there's a place that we're each to fill that no one else can do. And really, unless we find that specific place, it causes us to be unaligned and quite frustrated. So life purpose is about our intent and using all our talents and skills and our real deep desires that are unique to us, and really having an impact in the world through this life purpose. So in order to get this issue of life purpose really focused and into this dimension of manifestation of the real world, we need to craft what is called a personal mission statement. The personal mission statement clearly defines what it is we want and the why we want it. What is our great, deeper reason? What compels us to do it? Why must we do it? Why is it imperative that we realize this mission during this lifetime? Now, that might sound very big and lofty, but we're going to make it very practical through the askesis in this module. You're going to have an opportunity to write things down or type them into your computer. We're going to get really specific. Before that, however, I'm just going to expand a little on personal mission statement. You know, the ancient Greeks actually had two words to describe time. And I think there are some insights to be gained by that. Chronos is the first word for time. You may have heard of this root in the word chronological. It has to do with the chronological timeline where things are taking place. It is a quantitative approach to time. And the other word is kairos. Kairos has more to do with the quality of your time, the experience of your time, and what is the opportune time for you to take action. You know how they say timing is everything? Well, it certainly is. And what is the right time for you to move towards those changes you want to make? Some might say that looking at life purpose comes around the midlife in their late 40s, because of course during our younger years, the 30s and the 40s, if we have any existential questionings, they can often just be, we can forget about them because of the stimulations that are offered to us for traveling, for new relationships, for just having fun. And we put aside the bigger picture of our life. As I was saying earlier, perhaps an accident or some other dramatic event might propel us to look deeper, but it's really around the late 40s that we start looking. But it doesn't have to be that way. In my view, and the approach of the Alkistis method, is that we should always be conscious of our life, conscious of the steps we take, and really have a bigger plan for life, have a bigger picture of the legacy we want to leave behind. It's really in appreciating the fact that we have a finite time here in this life, and it's really about taking charge. See, that's why I named this book Take Charge of Your Life. It's about really putting yourself in the position of the charioteer and not just going left, right, and center and letting life drag you. It's about taking life by the horns, using, the harnesses and guiding your life. It's about deep self-inquiry so that you have optimum results, that you can maximize your life and the impact you have as a leader and in your private life too. So now just take a moment to reflect on a scale from 1 to 10. How in charge of your life do you feel that you are? And how much do you want to improve? Because in this module, you're going to increase that number wherever you may be on the scale from 1 to 10. Just take a moment and reflect what that number is for you on that scale. So since we're talking about this topic of writing down your mission statement, I want to refer to another great guru of management trainers and leadership, and that is Stephen Covey, the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And in that book, he writes the following quote, which I find very, to the point right here that we're talking about it. He writes, writing or reviewing a mission statement changes you because it forces you to think through your priorities deeply, carefully, and to align your behavior with your beliefs. He's obviously not the first management trainer to discuss this, or leadership guru, so it is very, very important, and that's why it is at the centerpiece of the Alkistis method. Your life mission statement is not something you do superficially. It's something you write and you commit to, at least for a period of 5 years, to move along that direction. I'm not saying that you won't tweak it and change it sometimes along the line. Of course you will. But you need to give it a good run for time. And I would say at least 5-year stretches are good to reflect and review on your personal mission statement. So we're talking about something you're going to commit to, and it's going to be something you begin to embody in your life. And you're going to notice a tremendous change in your sense of personal power and gravitas. Obviously, it's going to reflect on your core values. It's really about the quality of life that you want to live. So it's great that you've done that work with the core values in the former module, and we're going to just build on that now. Really, the first point is that it helps and aids in your self-growth and personal development throughout your whole life. Okay, it helps you grow into the type of person that you want to be, the type of person you admire in others. You can set yourself a new standard of what kind of thoughts you're going to be having and actions you're going to be taking. The second point is that it gives a meaning to your life and a vision, a bigger vision of your life. It will give each day meaning. You will become enthusiastic each day because you've given it your meaning. You're not trying to live your life by other people's expectations of you. As a third point, as a third advantage, it will activate who you are, your full potential, your full capacity. It's going to start awakening. You know, my mentor, Tony Robbins, says, awaken the giant within. This is exactly what it's meant to do. It's meant to activate your full potential. Your full potential, your talents, your abilities, all the things that create the whole of you, not just you in your professional dimension. You're not just your CV and your bio. You are much more than that. So you're going to be able to take stock of all these talents and skills and activate them. As a fourth point, it gives you orientation. It works like a compass or a GPS, as we've said in this course in the introduction. So you'll never lose your sense of direction. Unlike most people who are just living life from job to job or from random events that may occur, you're going to have a sense of direction. I'm not saying that it will remove the spontaneity out of your life, but you're going to have a general direction. As a fifth point, you will gain clarity, clairvoyance almost, I would say, the ability to see through things, and therefore your decision making will be a lot simpler. You won't be in this frustration, dilemmas. Everything's going to seem a lot simpler to you as you navigate through life with your sense of direction. As a sixth advantage, it really allows you to activate the courage in you. It will make you seem a bit of a superhero to other people. They will not be able to fathom, where does your power come from? Because you're just going to exemplify all those positive attributes of a leader, especially courage and indignation in the face of injustice. And you will become an activist for the things that you really believe in. As a seventh point, it really helps you to focus your energy. You know how most people, they've got ADD. I mean, today especially, this generation really has a lack of focus. So fear will be a lot less of a distraction as you move towards your personal definition of success. As a last point, the eighth point, is that it increases your sense of responsibility, taking action, initiative, really taking charge. You're no longer going to be on the sidelines, because I know you may have a position of CEO or top manager in your company, but that's just a label. The point is to really embody that. And right now, with this personal mission statement, you're going to step up and take initiative, take charge. In a nutshell, you become the kind of leader that other people want to follow. If you've ever wondered what this big X factor is behind the charismatic leader, I think you have a much clearer picture of how your personal mission statement can transform you. So now we're just going to dive right into really what is your personal mission statement, and going into the nitty-gritty of how we can formulate that into a beautiful statement that inspires you and compels you to make it happen. So I'm not saying that when you find your personal mission statement, your life is going to go smooth. It will just be smoother. I mean, life has enough obstacles as it is. You having a bigger picture of yourself and of your life is going to help. I'd like to mention a quote by Aristotle that can inspire you in this circumstance. Yeah. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality next to honor. So, as I said, you're going to have to exemplify courage in front of your board, in front of your clients, your major stakeholders, but you'll know your reason why. And this will help to sway them, even unconsciously, your gravitas, your pull, your absolute certainty will inspire them to follow. Aristotle had once also said the other very wise quote: there's only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. Your personal mission statement actually helps you decide to really be in your full power. All right? And that might not please everyone. You may get criticism, as the quote says, but you will be prepared to carry on. We can say that it is the end of excuses in your life. And that might seem a little uncomfortable because if you observe yourself in the past, you may notice that you have blamed or continue to blame the world government, your clients, the markets, your girlfriend, your spouse, your organization. And really, this is about putting a big X and putting the excuses behind you. I mean, just imagine Alexander the Great, who really never lost a battle in his life and conquered the whole of the known world. Also, by the way, worth mentioning that he was mentored by Aristotle. He just didn't do excuses. So as a new leader, you too, you will no longer do excuses. You will no longer do embarrassed. Be the person who you want to be. You're going to start playing a new role for yourself or upgrading the one that you already have been playing. So basically, it's about saying a big yes to life. Hell yes, and you're going to feel it in your gut, especially when you find that personal mission statement, because I'm going to have you commit to that. And if it's not a resounding hell yes, I commit to that, it's not yet mature.
Alice!
I want to let you in on a little secret here. Basically, you already know your life purpose. It's something that's been deep inside you, just always there under the whole narrative of your life, through the ups and the downs, really encompassing the golden moments where you have felt fully present and fully in your power. And you've got to become like a detective looking for these clues that are already there. And it's really about reframing especially your biggest challenging moments and narrating that story in a way that you have benefited. Okay? Because as I like to say, you don't spit where you eat. It was Nietzsche who said that by the end of our life, we have to have what is called amor fati. That is a love for all the things that have happened to us. Looking at your life through the eyes of love. But a lot is going to have to depend on your interpretation of what has happened to you. So for example, if you failed several times, your first businesses have gone bankrupt, are you going to label yourself a loser, or are you going to label that whole chain of events as the most enriching thing that has ever happened to you? The thing that's going to make you who you are. Being like a guardian towards yourself and saying, that was meant to be. It happened for these reasons and I benefited in these ways, and it made me stronger in these ways. An ideal mission statement has three components. It has to do with what it is you wish to accomplish, what is the impact you wish to have in the world, and I don't mean the world at large, I mean your environment, and why you wish to accomplish it. Additionally, except for these external results, you also need to look at who you will be. What are the character traits that you will embody when you have accomplished this mission statement? And really start bringing those character traits and strengthening those character traits from here and now, from today. After you've given to some thought to what is the impact, what is the change, what is the improvement that you can bring through your personal mission statement in the world, we're going to go deeper, take it deeper, and really look at what is your why. So let me ask you a series of questions that will help you define your why. 1. Is it so that you can earn respect and leave behind a positive legacy? So is it because you feel a deep sense of gratitude for all the blessings that you have received in your life, including your health, a roof over your head, food on your table? The third is the genuine need to improve people's lives, to alleviate pain and suffering in the world. The why will really boost your enthusiasm. It's going to be that thing that helps you get up in the morning and just jump out of bed. It's going to boost your resilience. It's going to make you be able to come back from all your falls, all your punches in life, just bounce back. It's going to be able to put you into that super state where you may feel tired and you don't really want to do something, but because of your why, that will not be an obstacle. You're going to somehow mysteriously come up with this energy that makes you get up and do what you have to do. So let's just bring it back to the Alkestis method and the golden triangle of ethos, pathos, and logos. And understand that your personal mission statement must embody your ethos. It has to be something that you do with your full integrity, something that you are aligned with, and that you can embody on a daily basis. It will give you the credibility and trustworthiness that other people yearn to follow. You will also look at the pathos, the emotional aspect. You must be compelled from your heart and from your soul to want to fulfill your personal mission statement. You must want it more than anything else. Some people say you must be willing to die for it. I would say you must be willing to live your life for it. Okay? So we must also look at the logos aspect of our golden triangle. Logos means that it must make sense. It must align with your reality. It must make sense in terms of financial, factual sense. It must make sense. You must be using your logic. It can't be only your passions and your desires that guide you. So in keeping this triangle in place, you will be able to navigate through life with this golden GPS. So to conclude and to summarize, I'd like to just give you an image as a neurocoaching exercise where you imagine your personal mission statement to be like an invisible cape, a cape that will give you superpowers, a golden cape, like the cape that Superman wears or Wonder Woman wears. This cape will give you your superpowers, and you will always have it, and you will feel it there. You will feel it, and other people will feel it too. So just imagine who you would be and how you would be moving through life with this magical golden cape that's made exactly for you, tailor-made for you. I mean, do you realize that in the whole history of creation, in the whole universe and beyond, there will never be another person who is exactly like you? Honor that uniqueness by letting yourself shine and not being less than who you were meant to be.